Hello and welcome back, everybody. Welcome to the final day of not only the Echo Master League finals, but the final day of Echo Master League Season 4. It's been an absolute joy, you know, watching all these teams play, all these players. Big thanks to everybody, the commissioners, the casting staff, the camera staff, just everybody who has went into this and made it so great. Anyways, today we'll be casting on channel 1 Ren versus Wildcard. On the second channel, we'll have Vicious versus Frog. So, yeah, and joining me in the caster's booth is Comrade Mr. Bacon.
Hello, everyone. Back in the booth, really excited to get this going. Two awesome teams. Super excited to cast here with Finn. And Finn, here we go. Take it away.
I got you. Heading for a neutral joust here, both teams. Both very familiar with these teams. Excited to see it. Looks like that. Hold on, something happened on my screen. Wildcard will win the neutral joust. It's going to be Hunavelli with the disc here, sitting on the floor. Some pump fakes to maybe add some misdirection, and it's just going to take it himself all the way in for 2.
Patient goal there from Hunavelli. Just waits for the goalie stun and just slams it in same pocket. Nice and easy, giving him an early 2-0 lead here with 9 minutes and 30 seconds remaining here in round 1. Ren here with the offensive joust. Let's see what they can do here to respond. Checks JH on Nest, dancing around, takes a quick pass over to Mikey. Mikey passes it all the way through tunnel. That is now Zuko with it on Popcorn, resetting it back to Mikey in tunnel. Mikey crossing it, changing up the pace of play here, passing it over to Kroger's. Kroger's repositioning, dancing around, not trying to get stunned by Fletcher's there as he gets the disc into Jax's hands. Jax now getting pressured, passes it up to Kroger's. Kroger's now looking for a lane, looking for a pass. Get it to Mikey. Mikey now takes a shot, top pocket, tying it up here in round 1.
Very exciting start here to the finals of the winner bracket. Winner of this game will be headed to grand finals. Loser of this game will play in the losers bracket finals for a chance, to get back into those grand finals. So we could see a rematch of these teams later, depending on what happens. It's going to be Sinnoh here at the QB position. Offensive joust here for Wildcard. Fletcher's here on the floor. Not really liking what he's seeing, but going to toss that one over to Hunavelli. Hunavelli dodging Zuko and Mikey. Going to pass that one forwards, intended for, actually the stacks are out. Disc is just going to float here for a little bit, but a good stack there by Fletcherus, and looks like Sinnoh. It's going to be Ryruff now with the disc pushing up. Good pass there to Sinnoh. Sinnoh loses control, though. Gets stunned out there by Kroger's, I believe. It's going to be Jax clearing this one out for Ren. Jax and Kroger's stacked up, and Kroger's has the open 3 to give Ren the 5-2 lead.
We're seeing a lot of stack breaking, a lot of stack racing, as we see Jackson Kroger's right there with a beautiful stack, able to get downfield, get the open 3, giving him a 3-point lead, which has been a dominant part in all of these games. These 3 points have been giving 1-point leads and giving teams victories by 1 in very, very tight rounds. But nonetheless, Sinnoh passing it quickly to Fletcherus on Trench, dancing around, avoiding from that stack, gets it through tunnel to Ryruff. Ryruff now passing it all the way across low. Trench just clearing it out, feeling the pressure of that stack. And that stack by Wildcard is able to get there quickly, and an open 3 there for Sinnoh.
Crazy shot there from Sinnoh. That's a pretty tough angle there. All tied up here with around 7 minutes to go. Couldn't, write better yourself. All right, it's going to be a Ren offensive joust here. We'll see what they can do here. Oh, it's a quick pass here from Zuko, I think. It's going to be Mikey with the disc. Going to cross that one over to Jax. Jax now just going to reset that one back to Kroger's. Kroger's now going to scan the field, try to look for an opportunity for a play here. Going to sit near... Oh, gonna cross that one over to Mikey. Something happened on my screen, but it's gonna be cross over to Jax, back to Kroger's, and an unlucky bounce there. Ryruff gets a hand, tries to get the save, but it just bounces right into the goal there.
Super unfortunate there for Ryruff. Ren passing all over the bubble, just getting the goalie confused, getting that defense out of position, and getting a goal there. But nonetheless, Sinnoh with it, taking his time, avoiding Mikey's pressure there as Fletcher throws it quickly into tunnel to Hunavelli. Hunavelli on the floor trap area, looking for a pass, decides to reset it. Quickly pressured by that stack, but Fletcher gets his hands on it and passes it quickly to Hunavelli. Hunavelli on the floor looking for that cut pass over to Ryruff, but instead Oh, maybe taking it himself, tried to ender, a little unfortunate play there, but Ryruff able to recover for wild card, and the pass there from Sinnoh to Hanavelli doesn't connect exactly, but Ryruff gets his hands on it and taps it up to Hanavelli. Hanavelli crossing it to Fletcherus. Fletcherus resetting it back to Sinnoh. Sinnoh back to Fletcherus. Fletcherus on the ceiling, hitting across low pass to Ryruff. Ryruff looking for the pass there. Hits Hanavelli. Hanavelli with the shot, but saved by Krogers. What an amazing save there. The clear goes a little bit offline, but Jax gets it, clears it all the way up to Mikey. Mikey with an open 3 look, instead saves it, sees that stack coming in hot, and Jack gets his hand on it, passing it over to Krogers. Krogers resets it, slowing it down to Zuko. Zuko passing it all the way through to Mikey, but intercepted by that amazing wildcard stack. But the bounce off Pac-Man goes a little offline into the favor of Ren, and that clear goes all the way down into that orange bubble. Sinnoh recovers, clears it out of bubble, getting into the hands of Ryruff. Ryruff getting pressured, ducks, passes it to that stack. They clear it out. Kroger's playing midfield. Couldn't get there quite right off the rip, but does in fact get it off into his teammate hand. That is Zuko. Zuko passing it up to Jax. Jax now to Mikey. A 2v1 situation. Mikey passes it. No, shoots it. Bottom pocket, but barely dinks out. Jax recovers. Great save by Fletcherus, making it a clear all the way down to himself through tunnel, passing it up the field to Ryruff. Ryruff can't get to it, unfortunately. Mikey gets his hands on it, crossing it high to Jax. Jax now analyzing the field, waiting for his teammates to stack up, get downfield before he lets it go. Does exactly that, but that's Sinnoh with a great leech, and Mikey, though, leeching back, but Sinnoh, great job of being patient, getting the stun, but the clear goes straight back to Zuko. Zuko now crossing high to Krogers. Krogers entering bubble, passing it up to Mikey, but a great headbutt save there. But I believe that was Sinnoh, as that clear goes all the way through tunnel, bouncing into the blue bubble. And here's that wildcard stack, gets there first, but doesn't get their hands on the disc, as Mikey does. Gets it to his teammate Jax JH. Jax JH to Krogers. Krogers back to Jax JH. In trap, Jax ducks and evades that pressure, trying to get that pass over to Mikey, but does not land. Instead, bounces into that trench area on a great stack play from wildcard. They pass around that Ren offense, trying to clear it cross tunnel, but Mikey with a great jump and a great grab as he resets it all the way back to Zuko. Up by 2, that is Ren with 3 minutes 30 seconds remaining in this first round. Jax JH passes it back to Krogers. A lot of passing here, not a lot of scoring. We have both teams playing amazing defense and playing super patient. As we see here, Zuko waiting for the play to develop, waiting for that defense to pressure, and as they do, Zuko tosses it over to Krogers. Krogers juking around, trying not to get stunned out by the stack as he gets the disc into Jax's hands. Jax throws it quickly up to Mikey, and Mikey with an open goal. A little out of positioning there from Ryruff, giving them a 4-point lead here in round 1.
3 minutes since the last points. A very low-scoring affair here in the winners bracket finals. We'll see what Wildcard can do here with their offensive joust. Less than 3 minutes remaining in this round. 4-point gap, so 2 possessions. Sinnoh trying to dodge around Mikey. Actually stuns out Mikey. Gonna pass that one across to right tunnel over to Hunavelli. Hunavelli now pushing up on this right wall, dodging around Zuko. Gonna cross it all the way to Sinnoh. Sinnoh up to Fletcherus. Fletcherus now on the ceiling, driving down. And a great shot there to reduce that lead to only 2.
Unlike the last goal, this one took 22 seconds. And the wildcard squad brings the lead down to 2 points here with 2 minutes and around 12 seconds remaining here in round 1. How will Ren respond from that quick goal? Jax JH takes it to Nugget, passes it over to Krogers. Krogers crossing it quickly over to Mikey. Mikey now passing downfield to Zuko, but the pass is a little offline and ends up in the hands of Sinnoh. Sinnoh stacks up with Fletcherus. As that pass goes to the other stack of Ryruff and Hunavelli. They take their time, clear it through tunnel. Oh, unfortunately bouncing off of Popcorn, and looks like Mikey gets a hand on it, passes it backwards to Krogers, but Krogers gets stunned out by Hunavelli, trying to get a nice ender there. Hunavelli says no way, and a submarine shot coming in, but barely offline, bouncing off of shield. Zuko recovers for Ren. The clear a little offline. Ryruff gets his hands on it and crosses it deep all the way to Sinnoh. Sinnoh with an open 3, but great save by Jax JH, getting into bubble quickly enough to get his hands on that disc. As that clear ends up in Mikey's hands, Mikey quickly crosses it over to Krogers. Krogers now crosses it low to Zuko. Zuko with a look and goal and barely misses low. He's gonna want that one back as that reset goes into the hands of, I believe that was Hunavelli or someone in there in that little stack bubble. And we got a little boop shot coming in. Is it in? Just a bit high. We're just waiting for someone to get here first. Looks like it might be Mikey, but gets stunned out. And Hunavelli has his hands on the disc. Jax Jades tries to get his save, but the backboard shot goes in, tying it up 9-9.
Yeah, no, the timing is really critical here. Ren is going to be looking to waste a little bit of time off this clock here as they're trying to go for the win in round 1. If there's, if Ren makes a critical turnover here or if something else happens, then, Wildcard will have a chance here. But it's going to be Kroger's with the disc pushing up. Under pressure from Fletcher's going to cross it all the way to Jax. Jax under no pressure, passing it immediately to Mikey. And they secure the points to secure round 1 in their favor.
They opt out for the easy score here, getting a bottom pocket dunk by Mikey that was solidifying the win here. Round 1 goes to Ren over Wildcard, 11-9. What are we seeing here? This is back and forth. What really gave Ren the upper hand here to give him only a 2-point win here in round 1?
I definitely think that Ren was making some big mistakes there in the mid part of that round. They made some turnovers, they had some missed passes, but Wildcard, they weren't able to capitalize on them and started making mistakes of that own. It kind of got into like that 3-minute grudge match, and it was just all defense. If Wildcard took advantage of those situations and actually capitalized, they would have came away with that round. But well played there for Ren. They cleaned it up at the end of that round, and Wildcard, they know what they need to do to fix, what they had.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we're seeing, I think on both sides, people are like, they're trying to clear the disc quickly. There's a lot of really fast and aggressive stacks on both sides, both for Wildcard and Ren. And when you're getting pressured by those stacks, you don't really have much time to react and throw. You're kind of just getting it out of your hand. And these clears are bouncing off some of the geos and not going exactly where these players want, causing turnovers. But looking at the possession time real quick, it's basically even. So there isn't really an upper hand on who's really controlling this game. But we will see that happening here in round 2. Take it away.
All right, second neutral joust here between Ren and Wildcard. And it's going to be won again by Wildcard, but Sinnoh gets stunned out by Jax. Ryruff, they're able to recover it here for Wildcard, so they'll get a second chance. It's going to be Hunavelli passing it over to Fletcher's. Fletcher's going to reset that one back to Ryruff on Bowtie. Going to pass that one down and left to Hunavelli. Cross over to Fletcher's here on the floor. They're trying to look for an opening here, passing it back to Hunavelli. Hunavelli contemplating, going to cross it back over to Fletcher's. Fletcher's going to reset it to Ryruff. Ryruff with the pump fake there. Going to dodge around Zuko here. Just waiting. Very, very patient gameplay so far. Fletcher's now pushing up. Going to pass to Hunavelli. They're going to speed things, or actually it was Sinnoh. Going to speed things up, but Kroger's there, able to stop that and clear it down that right tunnel. It's going to be Fletcher's picking up the disc here for Wildcard. Fletcher's going to send it down to that right tunnel. It's actually going to bounce off the right tunnel. Picked up by Zuko. Zuko going to try to pass it to Kroger's. A little bit low, though. It's going to be Hunavelli who ends up picking it up. It's going to bounce off that right tunnel again. It's going to be Jax who picks it up. Good scoring opportunity here for Ren, but Kroger's gets stunned out by Ryruff. And it's going to be Sinnoh clearing that one down across that left tunnel. Stacks are out. We'll see who gets to the disc first, and it's going to be Jax, but Jax is stunned out by all 4 Wildcard players. Ryruff takes advantage and scores the first points of this round.
Man, that was an intense... Oh, we got a timeout, but before I talk about that, we had an amazing recovery from this Wildcard squad. The clear from Pac-Man bounces off tunnel, goes straight back towards their goal. Jax passes it to Kroger's, but a great heads-up play by Wildcard to get that stun and get the disc downfield and get some points on the board. Got a timeout here. I believe, which team was that? It looks like it was Ren to pause. I don't know if they had a player drop or if they're just taking a timeout to reconsider what they need to capitalize on, figure out what they need to do to stay on top here. And taking in a little peek into the locker room, looks like Mikey's fiddling with his headset, so it might be a technical timeout here. But this match has been entertaining so far. Finn, how are you feeling?
Yeah, and it looks like Zuko is also doing some
Oh yeah,
things
Zuko's
with his
also. Yeah.
headset. Yeah, fixing maybe some technical issues here, but yeah, very exciting start here for round two. And yeah, we'll see. And Ren did win the first round. Just reading chat here. Um, yeah, very excited to see what the rest of this round holds in store for us. I mean, it's so awesome to watch both these teams play at such a high level. And yeah, just very excited.
Yeah. Oh, quick shout out to Linky Dash saying, "Hey comrade, I love you. I love you too, man." But yeah, I mean, I'm loving it so far. A lot of back and forth. I love watching these high level teams stack. They're just so accurate, so fast. But something else that I feel like everyone should be kind of paying attention to is how Ren plays bubble defense. I've noticed a couple times how they have, instead of just like one specific goalie, they kind of have this like three-person rotation where one person will jump out and pressure the disc carrier entering bubble, then everyone else would kind of shift, fill in goal. Whoever jumps out of goal, someone else becomes goalie. Happened a couple times, and it was like pretty cool to watch because you have this like basketball type of zone defense rather than just someone set in stone in the goal and the other people kind of just float around attacking the disc. I don't know if you've noticed that, but it's been pretty cool to watch.
All right. Yeah, no, definitely have noticed those things. I'm just fixing some things on my end. We've got 52 viewers here in the winners bracket finals. Hope you guys are all having an excellent Sunday so far. Comrade, how was your Sunday so far?
My Sunday was great, man. Was took a drive up to my college to this morning and got to watch some of my buddies graduate, which was really cool. I still got a couple years left in me, but it was really nice. Had a good morning, talked with some buddies, hung out, and then drove home and got straight to casting. So I've had a good Sunday. How about you?
I mean, that's the dream right there. Honestly, just went to the gym, hung out with a few friends, and came back home all ready to cast here for you guys. All right. Just reading some things here. Not really sure why the game is still paused. I don't know if there's been a technical issues. Maybe they're getting into the headspace here of wild card a little bit by forcing the timeout. Stops that early round momentum that wild card had. But nobody knows except them.
Y- Yeah, they probably they're just gonna use this full 5 minutes instead of ending it early. Utilize these last one it's like two minutes ish to kind of just refocus, get back into the flow of the game, warm up their stacks, just talk about what they need to change if they need to change anything at all. But we still got a lot of game left. Ren did take round one, but you never know. It was a close round one, and there's still plenty of time on the clock for Wildcard to do some damage. So as this timeout runs out, we should be hopping back in here in a couple seconds. And Finn, this is all you, man.
Got you. Ren here with their first offensive joust of the round. We'll see what they can do, and we'll see what they've planned here after their timeout, and we'll see what Wildcard has planned in response. It's going to be Jax here at the QB position, immediately out to Mikey. It looks like Sinnoh and Fletcher's were trying to get a hand on that disc there. Almost got it, actually. Mikey now just going to cross that one over to Kroger's. This is one of their most favorite formations all season. Kroger's, Jax, and Mikey just on kind of a three-way triangle there. It's going to be Zuko here on double diamond. Going to pass that one down to Kroger's. Kroger's going to switch hands there. Going to cross that over to Mikey. Mikey now pushing up down to Jax. Jax, oh, barely missing there. Ends up in the hands of Kroger's now. Going to cross that one over to Mikey, and Mikey with a great shot there. Great recovery there by Ren. Great composure. And we'll see what Wildcard has in response.
Yeah, that was a great recovery by Mikey there, able to get the disc back in bubble. I think Jax was going for a pass there, but I believe whoever was the pass intended for was going for a stun instead, but they get points on the board anyway. Sinnoh with it on Nest, passing it low to Fletcherus. Fletcherus en route, looking for a pass, passes it up to Hanavelli on Pac-Man. Hanavelli taking their time. They see that Ren stack is split up, and takes a pass over to Sinnoh, but it bounces a little bit offline. We have a race to the disc here. Mikey gets there first, has a 1v1. Oh, maybe not. Resets it back to Kroger's. Kroger's now Analyzing the play, seeing that stack coming, gets the disc out of his hands, passing it upfield to Zuko. Zuko now walking into bubble on shoulder, takes a shot, and a great save by Fletcherus. Reading that top pocket shot, gets his hands on it, and gets it out of bubble quickly as Zuko recovers the clear, passing it up to Kroger's, but it doesn't connect. We have a little race to the disc here as Kroger's gets his hands on it first, taps it over to Mikey. Mikey now passes it to Jackson. A great passing play, something we have been seeing all tournament by Ren, just quick back and forths and getting a nice, easy top pocket shot. That was Jax.
Great coordination there. Great awareness by Mikey, understanding that Jax was where he was at, looking at the opposite direction, basically, and then just turning around and finding the open teammate. It's going to be Sinnoh here at the QB position. Going to bounce that one off the ceiling to Fletcherus. Fletcherus now also on the ceiling. Not much pressure here by Ren so far. It looks like that they're going to go for a dribble here, Fletcherus and Sinnoh. And it's going to be Sinnoh who picks it up. Sinnoh cross intended for Ryruff, a little bit overthrown, but Ryruff is there. Ryruff holds it for too long, though, gets stunned out by Zuko. I'm not really sure who else was on that stack, but it was Zuko who ended up taking possession. It's going to be Kroger's pushing that one forwards. It's going to be Jax. Jax looks like he's doing some butterfly, and it's going to be Kroger's with the open three-pointer. Not really sure what happened there, but yeah.
Jax was just practicing his breaststroke. I mean, great for him there. I can't lie, but that was a play that Wildcard's going to want back. They just messed up 2 passes in a row and gave Ren enough time to stack back and get a great stun and clear, giving them even more points on the board. 5-point lead. Let's see how Wildcard responds. Sinnoh passes it to Fletcherus en route. Fletcherus now walking it upfield as Sinnoh attacks that stack. Crosses it to Ryruff, but Ryruff instead goes for the stuns, and that Zuko Mikey stack flies back to get the disc and clear it back to that orange side as they dribble and have a shot at goal. Oh my goodness. Wildcard almost not even seeing the disc go in, but Mikey able to leech and just jump and spin and grab it and dunk it in, man. Wow.
Commanding 7-point lead here for Ren, and it looks like that Wildcard will stop the bleeding by calling a timeout of their own. All right. So, honestly, smart timeout there from Wildcard, I'd say. Stops that huge momentum from Ren so far. They still have 4 minutes and 37 seconds left in this round, so anything could happen. Any thoughts, comrade?
I mean, just watching this round, it's drastically different from the first round. I mean, first round was very much back and forth, minimal mistakes, just a couple missed clears causing some open threes and such. But this round, I feel like Wildcard is kind of biting the bullet here and messing up their passes on the offensive side. Just a little bit too low or a little bit out of reach, and then it gives Ren enough time to recover, stack back, and get back into their super dominant defensive formation that's been causing them to get the disc out quickly, get a stack, and score. It was a great timeout by Wildcard, able to obviously stop this, like you said, stop the bleeding. But they really got to reconsider what they're doing wrong, how Ren is reading what they're doing and analyzing their offense. Because if you've been seeing this, Sinnoh's been throwing it down to Root to Fletcherus, and Fletcherus doesn't really have a clear option right off the rip because Ren has started to understand what Wildcard's done every single offensive joust. So in my opinion, I think Wildcard needs to come up here, switch it up, maybe go for a relay, something quick, or just switch up the offensive joust just a tad bit, giving Fletcherus more options off that first pass. Because getting it out of your field off of offensive joust is probably the hardest part that Wildcard has had to deal with so far in this round. But
For sure.
What do I know?
And I feel like some of the wild card passing definitely could be a little bit better. Trying to have that awareness and, knowledge that your teammate will be there. You have to trust them fully, and hopefully wild card can fix whatever problems they have. All right, we're just waiting here for this timeout to end. Second timeout, so that means both their teams will not have their mid-round timeouts. They'll still have their inter-round timeouts, but they won't be able to call a timeout during the round anymore. So yeah, if there's any disconnects or anything, they have to keep playing. All right, just waiting here. Anything to talk about, comrades, so far?
No, I'm just enjoying it, man. Super entertaining game. You gotta love these high level games, just back and forth. You got some really long shots. Sometimes you'll even see some of these teams pull out a really cool shot. Like I know a game I casted a bit ago, Kroger shot like a full court bounce shot off of like star, bounce off the bottom of star and mail slot. It was the craziest thing I've seen someone do in game for a long time. But like just something like that can happen at any moment. And I love these high level games. I love casting them. I love being able to watch them and make them a little bit more entertaining for everyone watching with casting. So I'm just enjoying my night and enjoying this high level gameplay, and I'm super excited to see how this one turns out. See if Wildcard can turn it around, or if Ren can be the dominant force that they've been so far in this tournament.
You know, very, very excited for this one. Just looking at the stats, super even, as you said before so far, although some of the stats are now leaning towards the favor of Ren, specifically shots taken, assists, and stuns. Obviously, the stun battle is one to look out for. If you can get more stuns than your opponent, their entire playbook is damaged, basically, and they can't run the plays that they want to at will. So, very much something to watch for in this game will be the amount of stuns coming out from both teams. Mikey so far being the impact player here on Ren with 10 points. On Wildcard, points are pretty evenly spread between all of their players. Fletcher's with 2, Ryruff with 2, Sinnoh with 3, and Hunavelli with 4. All right. I'm just going to sneak over and watch the second game. It looks like Vicious is winning 5-4. I think Frog won the first round, so very exciting there. But anyways, back to this game. It's going to be an offensive joust here from Wildcard and Comrade. Take it away.
Here we go, 3 seconds into round 2 continuation here after that timeout, and Sinnoh gets it, and they do switch it up. They instead put Fletcherus on Cloud there, as he quickly throws it over to cross tunnel there. Mixing it up gave them a better look here and gave them more pass opportunities. And now Ryruff with it, trying to cross it to Hunavelli, but a great stack, and Zuko gets his hands on it and throws it all the way down to that orange bubble. Looks like Fletcherus is going to be trying to get in goal before Kroger's does. My game's lagging a little bit. So Kroger's gets it and shoots it top pocket there. I don't really know what happened. My game kind of froze for a second, but nonetheless, they extend the lead here in round 2.
Yeah, no, my game froze too. I think it was just kind of a server issue. So a little bit unlucky there for both teams. But Kroger's does end up getting the 2. It's going to be a 9-point lead here for Rennes so far in this round 2. It's going to be a Hunavelli going to toss that one up towards Ryruff on Pac-Man. Ryruff heading towards the midfield now. Heading towards the floor, dodging around. Kroger's going to pass the one to Hunavelli, but Hunavelli is stunned out by Mikey here. Mikey, impact player so far, going to send that one down that right tunnel. Looking for the 3 and is going to get it. What a shot there from Mikey.
Man, I think I just cursed Wildcard. I talked that into existence, these long shots that you get to see these high-level teams make. And we see Mikey do a great example of that, shooting basically a 3/4 quarter shot there from in between Pac-Man and Station. And Sinnoh with it for Wildcard. Looking out for that stack, instead goes to a weird positioning to jump him from behind instead of going straight for the disc, as that pass goes to Fletcherus. Fletcherus quickly back over to Hunavelli. Hunavelli on the floor, looking ahead. Maybe looking for Ryruff here. Instead takes himself on the post, getting pressured by Jax, passes it to Ryruff, but instead Sinnoh gets his hands on it and dunks it in for 2.
10-point deficit here for Wildcard. They definitely have to look at the time when they're considering what they're going to run in terms of plays and the such. It's going to be a Ren offensive joust here. A little bit more than 2 minutes remaining in this match. Ren is going to be looking to waste all of those 2 minutes in their possession here. Kroger's here with the disc, going to cross it back over to Mikey. This is their favorite play, just having Zuko ahead and then the 3 behind in kind of a triangle formation. It's going to be Kroger's here with the disc. Going to pass the one over to Mikey. Mikey cross down to Zuko. Zuko versus Ryruff. Going to pass it over to Mikey. And it looks like Ryruff and Sinnoh were too focused on Zuko there. Allows Mikey to sneak on by for the 2.
Yeah, they try to get an early jump on that pass. Unfortunately, Zuko gets it out of his hands before getting stun grabbed, and Mikey has a completely open net, extending their lead now to 12 with 1:35 remaining here. Wildcard needs to score quickly if they do not want to go to the loser's bracket. Hanavelli can't get it out of his hands. Mikey with it. Takes a shot and a bit high, but Kroger's recovers and puts a little flash on that one, knowing he's taking a dominant win probably in this round with a minute left. Wild card, what can they do?
You know, I think it's mathematically now impossible here for Ren. I mean, not Ren. For Wildcard to come out on top in this one. It's going to be Sinnoh here at the QB position. We'll see what Wildcard does in the closing moments of this round. It's going to be Hunavelli going to cross that one. Intended for Fletcherus. It's going to bounce off that left wall geometry. Fletcherus now just going to sit here with Sinnoh, potentially looking for a dribble. They're going to attempt it. No, they're going to pass it over to Hunavelli, but Kroger steals it right from Hunavelli's hands. No stun needed. Going to try to send that one towards that wildcard bubble. Fletcherus ends up picking it up. Going to send that one up to Ryruff. Ryruff now pushing forward here towards that midline. And is going to head towards right tunnel here. Pressured from Mikey from behind, but can pass that one up to Fletcherus. Fletcherus over to Hunavelli. Hunavelli tries to go for the shot. A little bit wide left, though. Or I should say wide left. It's going to be Zuko here stacked up with Mikey. Going to send that one forward. Trying to go for the dribble there, or no. Going to pass that one up to Jax. Jax going to reset it back to Zuko. Zuko now pushing forward. Takes the pass to Kroger's, passing it up to Jax. Jax over to Kroger's. Kroger's tries the same thing, like a 360 behind the back. And Kroger's is going to send it again towards the back. But 18-4 win here by Ren. A very dominant performance there in round two. And that's kind of been the story of Ren so far. They always have close round ones where they come out on top, and then they come out steaming in round twos. So we'll see if that continues in the next games. Well, actually, they're heading to grand finals. So we'll see if that happens in grand finals.
Yeah.
Other than that, Wildcard will be facing the winner of Frog and Vicious. I don't know if that game has ended yet. No, it looks like Frog might take it. Ooh, it's close, though. Anyways, Comrade, anything you have to say?
The only thing I really have to say is Ren really figured out their crafts. They had the dominant end here, and they played really, really well, able to keep the disc on offense, get more shots on the net than Wildcard was able to, and that ultimately gave them the win. But I had a great time casting, so yeah, that's all from me.
You know, very good game between both these teams. Always so fun to watch these high-level teams play. And yeah. So next game we will see you guys is the losers bracket finals, which will happen in after I guess the other game's done. So we'll see you guys then. Hop over to channel 2 if you guys want to watch some more Echo Master League between then and or now and then. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say.
I've got nothing else. This is probably my last cast of the night and the last cast of this season, unfortunately, but we will be back better than ever, hopefully.
I know.
But yeah.
We all thank you so much, and big thanks again to everybody for watching. We'll see you guys in around, I guess, 15 to 30 minutes.
See you guys.